get him some, you know what I mean? But he always talking about me though. He ain't got no mic stands. You know, we supposed to get new mic stands. I don't know what's
Hey.
going on. He the shopaholic.
Hey,
This nigga shop more than anybody I know.
Oh, cause everybody you know broke.
Hey, everybody I know, bro. Hey,
I'm just playing. I'm broke too. I'm broke. This dog.
No, he told it now. He
hell
gonna
is
try to
hot.
cover it up. He done told it now.
I told
Everybody
a
I know broke. Okay,
This
yeah.
dog.
Yeah, you calling
Well,
niggas broke and shit?
Not everybody's broke.
Oh, you know niggas don't call niggas broke when they don't feel like they got a little something going on. You know what I mean?
we going corporate.
Damn,
we
my
don't want
shit
to use
got
the
warm.
N word too much.
Oh, okay.
Nigga.
Okay.
See, I'm to my
Black folk.
Algorithm.
Black folk. Black folk don't
Nigga,
call
nigga,
people
nigga,
broke
nigga.
unless they feel like they got a
you go
couple
cheap.
Nigga, I fuck with Chief Keef.
I don't.
I do.
Who?
I don't.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Make sure your phone's on.
Who is GP? What
you don't know what we talking about. Let it go.
Oh Lord,
Let it
you
go.
always trying to X me out of a
You
conversation.
don't know what's going on, bro.
Nigga, ain't nobody too old to learn something. You know everything.
Oh man. Hey, are we live?
I remember changing your damn diapers, nigga.
You ain't changing
Jesus.
any diaper in your whole
I
life.
changed. I changed one diaper. I know.
There must be your
the first one
youngest,
ain't.
I done pick your sack up and wipe shit out of
Sack nigga. Hey, what's going on, America?
You don't know? How you know?
You done talk my
Hey, nigga, wait. No, I'm sorry, gentlemen.
There we go. We going corporate.
We corporate
You
now.
got your corporate glasses on and you still talking like
Tubies.
I'm be on there. Yeah, we only gonna make it to the Tubi joint, the Tubi app.
No,
That's
you
as
talking about
far as
something
we're
different.
going.
You talking about something different.
As far as we're going, but welcome to the Who You Talking To show. I'm glad that y'all came out here with us tonight. You know what I mean? I'm your host. Just want to make
What's
that
your
clear.
name?
Smart Cat.
You supposed to? You said your host. You ain't even say who you is.
Yeah, I mean they know who I am. They mess with the boy a little bit, but you got a couple names.
Okay.
Should I say the names or?
Okay. See, there you go. You start a fight on the show.
I ain't scared, my good Daniel. But OleHead Sr and OleHead Rell. When they can flash in the Pokemon Cup.
Come on, bro.
You know what I mean?
On, bro. Let's go.
Shit got spikes on it. You know what I mean? Which Pokemon is that? You know?
Gengar
in the building. You know what I'm saying?
And we tough with it.
For our Pokemon fans. You know what I mean? But you know, glad that y'all came out here with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel something with you, dog. Like, what's
the purpose? What's the purpose of the pod?
You know what I mean?
We got a new purpose.
Man,
what's the purpose?
You know what I mean? The purpose of our pod, you know what I mean? Basically to make your life better.
Hey, that's what we know something crazy.
We want to make sure we make your life better. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how we're trying to go corporate, and then you pitch the purpose of the pod to the host, and the host still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the host is like,
so the purpose of the pod is what we're gonna try and do, right? We're gonna have vulnerable conversations, and we're hoping that our truth, the intent is to make your life better, one relationship at a time.
Yeah. So we hope that resonates with you.
All right, go ahead.
So I didn't even know.
You ain't know what.
All that he said. We trying to make people lives.
Yeah, we're making people's lives better, man. They come in
into at least.
Yeah.
They
they come in and
that means I gotta put some clothes on.
Man,
no. It's not about the clothes. No.
Okay.
It's more about.
I can still. Okay.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. It's about what you have to say. Is what makes people's lives better. You know what I'm saying?
All right, okay. What we looking at? What we looking
so, we're gonna go into adulthood. You know what I mean? We're gonna try and grow up a little bit. But the main purpose of our show tonight that we wanted to talk about is with males' accountability, our egos, and the growth that we've had, you know what I mean, since we are older gentlemen. Little seasoned, little gray in the beard, little long in the tooth. As they say, you know what I mean?
Everybody that's gray in the beard ain't got long in the tooth yet.
Yeah, well, hey, you know I'm long in the tooth. My gums are receding. Yeah. You good?
I'm good.
This nigga.
You talking to the teenager?
Yeah, still with your small teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got your permanent teeth yet?
I got your mom's teeth.
Ooh, it got spicy. Ooh. Got your mama teeth. You know what I'm saying? But as we would like to go into, what is account? Hold on now. What is account? All right, we're gonna keep going on mama's teeth. You know what I mean? Oh, okay.
This is my wife.
We got a caller. Caller in on the show.
We supposed to be going corporate, and we getting straight now. But he on with his wife.
Yeah,
in the middle of the show.
She done check accountability, nigga. Are you on the show? I'm sorry, brother. Are you on the show?
We on the show.
No, my wife was out today, and she was letting me know that she made it safely because this is your name.
So she couldn't text you. She had to call you.
Man, you
worried
about the wrong shit. You worried about the wrong.
Okay, so
go ahead, kid. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
We're trying to be accountable. You know, and obviously she was being accountable, letting them know she made it home safely with the babies, and
yeah, they got text though. You know what I mean? If I'd did that, he'd have had a stroke. If I'd did that, now Marquette, you know, if I'd did that, he'd have had a stroke.
All right. Well, yeah. So
it'll take you to the ER.
It's gonna be a good one, people. I can say that, but we're gonna go into being accountable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, as certain things are defined through our Webster's dictionary, what is accountability? What does it mean to you? How do you live through your own accountability, especially as a male inside your own home? You know, because most of us sitting here, all of us sitting here, we family men, married men, family men, and we have certain levels of accountability, you know. So
can I excuse me, I apologize. Can I answer my wife call too? My wife calling me.
By all means. That's where we going. We just
hello.
I'm not gonna move the mic or nothing. So
yeah, we on the show now.
Yeah.
Good, Marquette. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you please freaking?
All right.
So as far as accountability goes, we do know that our ladies, our women in our lives, they do pay close attention to our levels of accountability inside the home. 100%. You know. And what do you think are some of the things that, especially as males being head of the household, the things that you may list in your mind as what you would be accountable for? Because sometimes it can be a gray area. You know what I mean? Lines get skewed. You know what I'm saying? It's, especially in regards to a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so let me think. Your question was what?
Let's put it this way. Especially as being a married man, you know what I mean, being quote unquote head of the household.
Right.
What are your levels of accountability inside your household? Like, what do you feel like you should be providing to be accountable for, if it to be questioned?
Yeah, so like for me specifically, what I'd say is that the planning, foresight, planning for the future.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's definitely my thing. Is okay, so the plan for the family is based on the plan that I create, because in my relationship, and I think a lot of relationships, a lot of women don't have necessarily like foresight. They're not planning 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. So my thing, I am or at least I hold myself accountable, and my wife holds me accountable for that too. provide the foresight and thinking forward to make sure that the trajectory of the family is to the benefit of everyone. And so that in my personal, I am the sole provider in my family. So like the financial, you know what I mean, realm or making the money, that's also something that I'm accountable for. The disciplinarian. My wife, a lot of times you'll find like I never really wanted to whoop especially my daughter. I never really wanted to whoop or to discipline physically. And it the way everything came down, it's like, okay, I am also the disciplinarian. So I hold myself accountable to be the disciplinarian, as well as I hold them accountable for, or you know what I mean, hold the kids accountable for doing the things in the way that you know what I mean, the way my
how
plan,
you lay it out.
Yeah, the way my plan works. Accountability, anything else? As the leader of the family, I'm accountable to delegate things in a way that suits the strong, the you mean my wife's strengths. So like I hold myself accountable, and I hold myself accountable to be able to step back as well and allow her to lead in these areas. You know what I mean? As I am the lead, but at the same time, I am accountable to be it's like the idea of being a manager, right? So a good manager delegates, right? And when you delegate, you want to be able to give somebody a responsibility in which you know that they can perform the responsibility, and you are able to be hands, or you're able to, how do I say, you're able to have confidence in their ability to lead in that area, and then you're able to kind of just draw back and just not fucking micromanage is what I'm saying. What I was attempting to say.
You ever find that you feel like during that time, like you're trying to, it sounds like that's a lot to take on.
No, it absolutely
as a male.
is. It absolutely is.
You
It's
know
probably
what I mean?
why I'm so fucking great. Comparative to like my peers, like I'm much more great than they are. And I didn't necessarily intentionally say like, oh, I want to be a sole provider in my household, and you know what I mean, these things just kind of panned out this way.
It just lined up that way,
right?
So you don't feel as if like you were one of those males is like, okay, I'm the one, I'm going to work, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you're just at home.
No, that wasn't the plan.
It just, that's how it played out.
Yeah, it played out that way, and I think for me being in a position to be able to do the thing, because I understand it takes two incomes these days. It takes two incomes, but I was blessed to be able to be in a situation where I'm able to hold down the house. And what I make sure to do is not make our overhead too much. You know what I mean? So like when the house that we decided, the house that we bought, I made sure that the house that we bought, I was able to do it myself. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, it's in the hood. And also, you know what I mean, thinking forward, I was thinking about, okay, location. It also is important to project equity, kind of. Project equity and make sure you're making a decision based on more than just the comfort and the bells and whistles and all of the amenities and all that shit. And so like that's, like I was saying, foresight's what I had to do. And I didn't necessarily plan to be like the sole provider thing.
But you, not to interrupt, but you made sure that since you took on that role, you made sure that it's like, okay, I can handle this role.
Yeah, I can't allow you to dictate what I can handle.
Financially, if something goes left, at least I still got it, and we still good. Right. You know what I mean? Regardless on what else is going on.
Anything that you're doing would be extra as far as finances go. Anything that you do will be extra. And I had to place it that way because the only thing that I can control is what I can control.
Yeah.
Only thing that I can have foresight, like we say in foresight, only thing that I can dictate is like what I'm doing. And I want the baseline to be what I can provide. Anything you can provide on top of that, that's extra. You know what I mean?
All right. So for you,
For me, I'm filing a disclaimer off gate.
Yes.
I'm filing a disclaimer
Yes.
off gate. Number one, I had so many punchlines for you in that story you just told. And you serious, and I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
I'm ready to fire one off. You know what I mean?
You know
so
what?
If I fire one off, you're gonna be mad, and you just gonna have to live with it. Because you serious, and I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm just not in that.
What's your fucking
I'm
point?
not in
Let's
that
go,
serious
ODB.
mood. That's my point. I'm filing a disclaimer. I'm not in a serious mood.
Okay.
So you know,
so you're
I
not
just wanted
trying
to
to be
fire a couple
accountable.
off that you just, you know what I mean?
Fire it off.
They
You ain't got to pre.
you know what I
Okay,
mean?
you've been practicing it long enough.
All right.
Go ahead, fire.
Okay, no, it don't work like that. They was timed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The time is
so you lost it.
Yeah,
lost.
It was,
Okay.
because I didn't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He in a serious mood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although I ain't worried about it because I'm his daddy.
Yeah.
So I ain't worried about it, but I'm just trying to
daddy
be
say so.
respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And try to let this thing go the way he wanted to go. I'm just not in that.
So are you gonna answer the question or not? You gonna say talk for fucking 2 minutes about nothing. So are you gonna answer the question?
So Mr. Corporate, you really rude. I didn't interrupt your conversation.
You ain't talking about nothing.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Now, excuse me, sir. You was asking me a question.
Yeah, your level of accountability.
I don't have.
Is that you don't have?
I don't have.
Okay.
My wife, she can take care of everything without me. She don't need me for nothing.
Extra.
Yeah, I just adjust her vertebrae when she needed adjusted.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's pretty much where I fall in at. You know what I mean?
And if we're gonna be real, I've seen your accountability. I've seen the way that your wife relies on you for when she has to make a decision, when she needs something done. She understands that she comes to you for your assistance in the thing. You may not look at it as accountability, but at the same time, she holds you accountable to make sure that the decisions that are being made are based on the way they
play out right.
Right. So you are accountable. Come on now.
But okay, so yeah. Okay. Yeah. She do.
Yeah.
She do. But I don't hang my hat on that.
What do you hang your hat on?
So then is this the ego then?
No.
I wonder what do you hang your hat on then? No. Like let's say if your hat is not held on the being accountable for your family,
which we know we know that you hang your hat on that. We know that you do because you talk often on many other shows on your level of work ethic, your level of dedication.
The reason why you
know what I'm saying? So you can't sit here tonight and be like, nah, I'm good.
Well, I just told y'all, it is what it is. You know, I do what I'm supposed to do. I mean, okay.
So you pretty much you do it by nature. That's just your nature, and that's how you do it.
I just do. You know what I mean? But I done got to the point in my life to where I'm tired of doing. I am. I'm just tired of doing.
So
damn, hold
on a second. Let me ask you something then, because I'm right behind you. Right? Yeah. Pause.
That was a good pause.
That was a good pause.
That was a good pause.
You like, yo, stop. Don't be coming in hot.
We always got to go all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, because how do you now be like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back.
I'm trying to be serious.
We're trying to help, and we're trying to.
You're talking about you going all the way. You going?
But we're trying to reshape lives one relationship at a time right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. I'm I feel silly, and that's just,
Yeah, I mean, man, you know what? Sometimes that's okay too. What did you do, Pops? Look, you got a little shout out, man.
Okay.
Everybody saying what's up to Pops, man.
I appreciate it.
Not trying to take any sort of accountability.
Yeah,
tonight, but yet talks about accountability often. You know, I mean,
No, so you answer the question.
Me?
What does accountability mean to you? And what do you see yourself being accountable in your life?
Man, that's actually a good question. You know what I mean? And just coming up with all this makes you try to like self-reflect on it. And it's actually not that easy to do. Because it's like when I was talking to you about like, yo, how do you make sure like your levels inside a house like don't get skewed? Because my house is very different. It for what I'm doing, because I'm not rich like you.
Nigga,
so it takes both. It takes both of our incomes. You know what I'm saying? I've made. I'll say it. I've made a lot of fucked up decisions. Excuse me, America, with that, you know, the F-bomb, because I know we trying to go corporate.
Yeah.
But I made a lot of bad financial decisions over the years. We're not gonna make it.
We ain't gonna make it.
But to be honest with you, like my spending habits and stuff like that, like that's always been like my Achilles heel. And because I was like, yo, I'll just work, I'll make it back. I always had that mentality, like, yo, whatever I spend, like, I'll make it back. You know what I mean? Never looking at that one moment when what happens if you don't make it back? Because for me, it was always like, yo, the glass is half full. It's always up to you for you to make it back. So regardless if times get hard, this, and that, I'll make it up. And not realizing that your mate doesn't look at life that way. She's looking for structure. She's looking for, you know what I'm saying? And you out here just living life on the edge of whatever. And she's like, nah, I can appreciate the fact that you don't give a fuck, but I would really like you to.
Yeah, I think you're being too hard on yourself.
No. Hold on now. Okay. Hold on.
All right.
I know what I messed up. And I really know, and to be honest with you, that, and I'm not, because we keeping it light, but yet serious, that my family could be in a better place had I made better decisions that incorporated everybody's feelings instead of just my own, because I was more or less like, well, I can deal with it, so you should be able to deal with it. Not understanding that maybe they're not equipped to view life the same way that you do. You know what I mean?
It's like the same thing we were talking about earlier. It's not too many times you'll find like a woman that didn't eat to the point to where she has a headache.
Like, yeah, me. Man, I had one all day.
Yeah, we kind of do those things. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, that went left. Yeah. I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead, throw it in. But my point is to what I was just saying when I said I think you're being too hard on yourself. From where I've been knowing you for I've been knowing you probably about 5 years or so now.
2. Go ahead.
Okay. Because you were still at the bank.
Yeah.
Well, when I first met you.
It's been 5 years.
So you've been working in my field for about 2 years. So, but you was working there with Marquette for about 2 years.
Well, let's just go ahead.
About a year.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and then I've gotten to know you a lot better in the last at least 2.
Yeah.
A lot better. And I know what you're trying. I don't know exactly what you're trying to do, but I understand the way you're trying to do whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So I think that you are putting your family first in the way you're trying to do it. It's just that life don't move exactly the way we want it to move.
Damn. Yeah.
And so therefore we got those ups and downs. So every now and again you hit a hiccup. But the goal that you set forth, because we talked a little briefly about the goal you set forth is about putting your family in a better place. So that's why I said that I think you being a little too hard on yourself. But you know, You can.
I know what you're referring to.
Okay.
And you write about it, but I got to be hard on me.
Hey,
because it got to be accountable. Because if my family fails, it's not going to be because of mom.
Yeah.
It's going to be because of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
I
at the end of the day, it's like, if I'm not making the right financial decisions for the fam, then I'm failing them at the end of the day. Just because I can choose to be like, all right, I'm good with this. Like, and my family know there's many years that we went through winters where, we ain't had no heat in the crib.
You ever had a kerosene heater?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of times. you know what I mean?
They got no scent kerosene now?
You know what? All right. So little quick joke about kerosene heater. What I did for no scent was I put a pot of water on the top of it, and I used to put orange peels in it. So that when it would come up, and cloves, the cloves that you put in the ham.
That old
I would put
old folk remedy.
I put orange peels and cloves in the pot of boiling water that you would put on top of the kerosene heater. Because between the rooms in the row home, we used to put the blanket up, like the blanket that you would have as a throw blanket on the couch. Yeah, I had that shit blocking off the door between the living room and the dining room and all. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the condition my kids was raised in. But
OleHead ain't old enough to be them.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's when we had oil heaters up in the crib, and you had to go down there and bleed the oil heater out, and you know what I'm saying? But even to those days, when I look back on them, it was like, yo, Marquette, you made enough money
to make it better.
And your decisions that you made financially, like I look at it now, like I hurt them. But the flip side is sometimes when I talk with my kids about those stories from back then, to them, they was talking about those stories like that was some of the best times in their life.
Man, it's so
because we was all in one room with the fucking blanket up and the kerosene heater, and they would remember these, and I'm like, I'm running around the house like, the oil heater don't work, this ain't working, that ain't work, the kitchen's leaking, you know what I mean? And my kids are smiling.
No BS, bro. Like, something that's crazy. I think that like a lot of the times when people talk about the hood, right? And so like a lot of us, majority of us, we was raised in the hood. Bro, those are some of the greatest times that I had in my life. I remember, and it's crazy because the only reason why I remember us not having the water being shut off was because of the way. So Mom Deuce let us stay home from school. And so she stayed home from work too. And we was all in the house. And I can remember us like the water coming on. And the moment that the water came on, and everybody like running to get into the shop, but everybody was like, it was a game though. It was like literally the only reason why I remember that it happened was because of like the fun that happened within the struggle. And so when we talk about the hood, I think that like we OD harp on like the negative thing, and there's so much love that happens, and so much community, and so much of these things that happen that we because of the fact, and I think it's because of the fact that the negativity, and it's always in the community, we always have to prove the struggle. Like, we had to, it was rough, it was tough, and you know what I mean? That's a part of like the Black experience. And like, if you didn't experience these things, and you're not Black enough, so we put the struggle to the forefront, where it's like, the thing is like, for me, we was in the hood, but like, bro, the hood was love. The hood was love. Like the parents were, they had their little relationships, and if they didn't, I mean, the kids weren't up, man. It's so crazy that we so much want to attach ourselves to trauma and negativity that we don't even talk about the beautiful part of the hood.
But we didn't call it trauma.
We didn't call it trauma.
No, that was your life.
Right. And it was if your parents were doing if your parents were loving on you in the hood, your hood experience was fine. And you can remember those days and look back on those days where it's like, bro, this shit was beautiful.
Yeah. My thing about that and about what you just said, I like the as far as the accountability, and I'm gonna touch a little bit on all of that. But the thing is that those days where that struggle came, that builds character. That's why your children are the way they are. If you laid everything out like a red carpet for them, say you did everything perfect, you didn't spend the money, you didn't do this, y'all would have never had that time, because they would have been in their rooms, y'all would have been in y'all room, and there wouldn't have been that family bonding.
Which is what I'm going through right now.
Exactly. So, and then another thing I want to say is, like I said, I think you're too hard on yourself. And I say that because I'm the same way. That's why when people come to me and say something or try to correct me about something, I'm already done been there with myself. So you can't correct me or make me feel bad about something that because you said something.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I phrased that wrong. Because you said something, because I'm already dealing with myself about the same issue. As men, we're harder on ourselves than anybody would ever come to us and be on us about ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say it that way. But so and then, like I said, the things that we, like he said, don't talk about, that the fun that we had in the hood, and the things that people might look at from the outside and say, oh, y'all went without water, y'all went without heat, y'all this, you didn't have the best shoes, you didn't have the best clothes. But you know what? I don't think that we would be the same people sitting here today if it had not been for those things.
Yeah.
And that's true.
But, so
100.
That's what I mean when I say when I say it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just when like when you love the people that you love, you just think that you want to make their life as easy as possible 100%. For them. And we've grounded this thing in our brain where we're like, if I can make your life easier, it shows my level of love to you in a certain capacity, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I never intentionally tried to make it hard for my wife to love me. I never intentionally made it hard, internally, like made it hard for my family inside. It's just like, this is the way that it is. I'm doing the best that I can do. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, when I lay down at night, it's like, yo, Marquette, are you doing the best you can do? Because, nigga, you keep getting in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what's going on. It's cool to have heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with having the heat on during the day and putting AC on at night because it got too hot.
Yeah.
That's a little something y'all don't know about that one. That little side joke for these niggas that still want to hold it there. But I gotta understand, and no disrespect to you, but you're in a different phase in life than where I'm at in my life mentally. And it's no shot. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I felt at 26, 36, 46, and where I'm feeling going towards 56. You know what I mean? Because I told you before on the joint, y'all can go back and watch it. I didn't think I was going to get past 45. And now that I did, I ain't have a plan. Because I thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I also realized too, I never had a plan. I've been winging it the whole goddamn time.
So are you planning now?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I am planning now. And you know what? The more that I try to plan, and I think it's because the more I try to plan, the more that now I'm battling with fear.
Fear of making that mistake.
And ruining everything. Looking back. Like, I was probably not the nigga that you were supposed to count on. Like when you look at yourself as a male, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And when you really start to reflect as a male, you start being like, man, like I'm probably not the one you should have been following. But since we're here now and I need to be accountable for this, like I can't have an ego at this point. And you know what I mean? Like I was one of those ones, I never really had an ego all like that, you know, anyway. But I definitely can't have one now that I'm trying to plan out how to move forward. And the hard part about trying to plan out how to move forward is you start realizing everything that you messed up. And you try not to hold to that and be like, okay, how do I do this now? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, how do I fix it now? Because some of it is financial, yes. But what happens if you have that part together? What happens if you have the quote unquote financial part together for today's time and now requires your presence more emotionally inside the home, more emotionally inside your marriage with the kids, and you let these years go by and you trying to pull that part back?
You talking?
Where do you start at with that shit?
Okay, so bro, you know the crazy thing. So like, I went to the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went to the military, which provided like the financial stability for which I didn't have kids. It was just me and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
It provided the financial stability, and what I realized is that I didn't know what my value was outside of providing stability. Right. And then so once the finances, like I was, even though it wasn't all the way together, I was giving plasma and in the military at the same time, like nigga going twice a week. You know what I mean? Going and giving plasma, sitting in there for hour and a half, 2 hours giving plasma. And but at the same time, what I did realize, and now that I'm older and more mature, I realized that like the thing that I was doing is I hung my hat purely on the financial side and not tried to make myself a better person. I didn't know how to lead. My wife wasn't working then either. And so like what I was doing was I thought that it validated my manhood because I was paying bills.
Yeah.
And then it's like what you were just saying, like once you can check that box off, then
now
what else? Yeah, what are you? Because it's gonna take more than that to sustain any relationship. And I didn't necessarily know it then, you know what I mean? But in hindsight, it's like, okay, I was the problem. I was the problem. Just because you can financially provide a thing, that is much more required of you to be a
than
partner.
just paying a bill.
That's the easy part. And that's the thing. Like once you check that box, that's the easy part. What you'll find and what I find in my life, even still today, I would easily shoot some bread to a cause. But it's different to actually be there and take my time to be in the thing, whatever that cause is. It takes much more, and it means much more to be present than it is to pay.
Yeah, you gotta get your hands dirty, man.
And it's so crazy. Like my life has shown me so many times, time and time again, the importance, the fact that money is nowhere close to important comparative to your presence.
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of brings us into one of the questions that we was going to talk about is when was the last time, or when was one time that you realized that you were the problem? When you realize, like, yeah, it's not the all, you mean my wife is saying this or my kids are saying that, and it's like, damn, I sit back and like reflect, and it's like, no, I am the problem. I'm the reason why this is not going forward. You know what I mean? I'm the reason why I can't build this connection. I'm the reason. We always we talk with women, we talk about accountability with women very tough now. It's very, very important. Like the red pill conversations. We talk about that stuff all the time. And so as we're talking about accountability amongst ourselves as men, when was a time when he was like, yeah, no, it was me. I had to figure it out. And you know what I mean? Or maybe it's not figured out yet.
Yeah.
And you're still working on figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm still working on figuring it out. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? What's up, man?
I'm silly. I already told
Yeah.
you. I be wanting to throw zingers out there.
Oh,
You
man.
know what I mean? But it's all good though. You know, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna let y'all.
Okay. Yeah, let it. Yeah, you got to rock.
Yeah,
You got to.
because I
Daniel.
be wanting to throw them out there. Yeah.
Don't make me. All right.
All right.
But I've realized it often throughout various times in my relationship, my marriage, the kids, where I could be 100 going down a certain lane, and then all of a sudden I sit back, reflect, and see how it's affecting the others. Because sometimes you won't see it from the kids early in their lives because they little. You know what I'm saying? So some, little ones, they're willing to accept a lot of shit that they can't change because they don't feel like, at a certain age, they don't feel like they had that voice yet. You know what I mean? To be able to do some shit. But I was one of those people that I always reflect. Anytime something got hard, I always was like, yo, this shit is on me. This shit is on me to make it better. And how do I get past me to make this shit better? You know what I'm saying? And that shit can fall in your habits, whatever. You know what I mean? And realize that, yo, I'm the one, like, you ever be in your own home and feel like you the one that's in the way? You know what I'm saying? Even though you in your house, everybody love you in there. You know what I'm saying? Everything can be vibing perfectly fine with you and the wife and the kids and all like that. And then all of a sudden you just like had this moment where you feel like, damn, shit could be better. You want to make it better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the one that's holding us back in a certain capacity. Because as you growing, you like, yo, a lot of times, like, once you become a parent, you like, we start to measure our accomplishments by not what we do ourselves, by how well the kids are reacting in the world, how well that they're coping with the world, how well they're dealing with it. And the world has changed so much that once you realize that you're not the major influence in their life, how do you get that part of you back? You know what I'm saying? I know it's a little off of that, but like, you even have to be accountable for that shit too. And you got to let your ego go with that as well. And you have to learn their ways of life too, what they're subjected to now when they go outside, and you know what I mean? And it's like, that shit ain't easy to do, especially when you're trying to already fix yourself as a man internally. So you trying to fix you trying to fix everything around you. And sometimes you stand in the mirror and you're like, yo, this shit ain't my fault.
I'm just,
because you want to give up. You know what I mean? In a certain capacity.
yeah, that's me. That's you hit the nail on the head. I ain't one of them people that want to live forever.
Yeah.
No matter what they think, I have a picture in my head of what I want to leave my family, which is pretty much my children. My wife, she's good. I don't have to worry about her. But the people that's outside of her that I consider family, that's people that's close to me, I just want to make sure when I'm gone that I leave them in a good place. You know, I save, and I've been saving for years, and I could have done a lot better if I'd have just stayed course, but we're not perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we turn left when we should be turning right in this thing called life. And so therefore we don't accomplish things that we could have accomplished sooner if we'd have just stayed the course. You know what I'm saying? And so me personally, what would make me happy is to make sure I leave my family financially independent,
Mm-hmm.
and to finish this regular house that we sitting in right now. You know, people say, "Oh, you won't sell it because they're gonna come and offer you all this money." I don't give a shit about their money. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I'm just being honest. I'm not in a position to where it's in. I got to worry about somebody coming and offering me $500,000 for the house, and then I say, "Oh, you can have it," and go where? It means more to me
Mm-hmm.
to leave it to my family than it do to sell it and get that money. Somebody could come
Can
to
I
the
ask you
door.
something? Can I ask you something with that? Because it's a valid thought, and I would like to do the same thing as what you're saying. I guess my question about it is, financially, yes, we can leave them. Like, let's say you accomplish that goal,
Mhm.
right? You probably won't even know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, in all reality, if you did that, not saying that you can't, because it sounds like you probably will. You're probably not even going to know it because you're gone, right?
Mhm.
Me, you, whatever. And that's just, I'm only thinking this because we're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So is it more important to know with ourselves that, is it our pride that would say, yes, I did this, I made sure everybody was good financially?
See, the thing is, I don't care about being here long enough to say I did this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if anybody say or be willing to give me a pat on the back for doing it.
Yeah, while you're here, I
I don't
get the,
I don't
I
care.
get that part. No, I'm not
It's-
saying it's about oh, you. I'm not saying it's about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying more or less of a I guess from my point of view, I kind of look at it like, yo, I want, for the ones in my circle that I made, it don't have to be outside my circle. We ain't famous.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care outside of that. But inside, I would love to leave, you know what I'm saying, the trust fund set up and the trickle down with the dividend stock,
Yeah.
making sure it pay you out $5-8 grand a month and all like that. I would love to do that. I may not be able to accomplish that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to try to do it.
You're working on it.
I'm working on it.
Mhm.
But I guess the thing is, I think I want them to physically, internally, like the way that I miss my mom
Mm.
when certain time periods arise, not just the birthday, not just the date of death,
Mm-hmm.
but certain moments
Mhm.
that I want them to be like, yo, damn, I wish Pop was here.
Yeah.
Or I like the fact that when this happened before, that Pop was here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what it talks about in regards to our accountability and our presence inside and with our families. You know what I'm saying? On that bond. Cause like, to me, that shit is free.
It's absolutely
That shit ain't
free.
got nothing to do with, at the end of the day, it ain't gonna have nothing to do with the trust fund that I set up. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with whatever options I put together for this, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or the portfolio. And like, they're gonna love that. But you know what? I may have a kid that take that whole portfolio and just go get high with it
100%.
and blow that and blow that motherfucker.
That
Or
bread.
yeah, like we talk about with certain shit that hit later. And you know what I'm saying? And then they run that shit into
Because
the
the thing
ground.
is that bread don't save your kids.
Mm.
Money doesn't save your kids.
No.
And so, like, I understand, like, the reason why, like, back in the day, you know what I mean? We talk about, like, the boomers, or if we go before the silent generation, where as a man, your value and your pride and everything, your ego, everything was based on what you can
What you can
financially
provide
contribute to the
financially.
thing. And the thing is that I think that we're getting to a place, and what I can only speak about is the black men around me, and as black men, like we can see that our value is much more than a currency. It's much more than a currency. That presence, those conversations, those things that, like, when I'm gone, you'll mess around and you ain't gonna do this because you know daddy holds me to a different standard.
Yeah.
Daddy always wanted me to be this way. Daddy always was trying to put this, instill these things in me, these morals and these values that make me the man that I am. You know what I mean? Those things are worth more than money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those things are worth money. Is just like the icing, you know what I mean, or the cherry on top. Like, yeah, you left the bread, that's the cherry on top. But the things that you taught me, the things that you helped me understand, the way that you helped me develop as a man, the experience of me seeing you grow as a man, and seeing the especially when you talk about as a man, and then you with my moms, and I can see, you know what I mean, the way I should be treating a woman. Because now you talking about shit that's different. Now you talking about things that are go, okay, so let's say you do got some money. You mean if you ain't experienced or you ain't seen your mom getting treated right by a man, or your dad specifically, then you not treating a woman right. You got the
you
bread,
just a shitty nigga with money.
Exactly. You don't have anything that's going concrete the thing in. It's just like having money. That shit is so.
But hold on.
Talking from a place.
You gotta understand though, like the younger crowd, the millennials, they gotta you gotta start having some more grace for the boomers and the Gen Xers and stuff like that, because
100%.
you gotta understand like how we are programmed. And we're coming into an age now where it's like, nah, man, like you telling somebody after 50, 60 years that the whole way that you was living is I don't want to say wrong, but now it's like, well, that part of it, that's not good enough.
Yeah, because the thing is that what I've seen is that, like,
and I don't think that's right.
It's all about like how much you care about things outside of yourself. So what I found is that, like, a lot of the boomers and solid generation, what you found is that, like, as the men themselves, that's the same thing. It's like, oh, a lot of them niggas didn't change no diapers. A lot of them niggas ain't never bathed a child in their life. Got plenty of kids ain't never bathed a child in their life. A lot of them don't. You know what I mean? These particular things that actually develop relationships, and actually they ain't do none of that stuff. I understand that the standard was different for men back in that time. The expectation wasn't that you did these things. I understand that, right?
Yeah, like mama doing it, and I'm doing what I do,
right? And so it was super gender role based. Super gender role based. Yeah, and I understand that. At the same time, we can't sit here in 2025 and
here we go. Now we talking.
As a matter of fact, we ain't even gonna worry about 2025. What I'd say is that, and it's so dope that, like, if you look at the statistics, they're like millennial black men specifically are more present in their children's lives than any generation, period, or ethnicity.
Yeah.
So we're setting a standard that's completely different than anything that's been seen, right? It's super dope to be a part of that, and like to be one of the guys that's doing the thing. And because I think that what we've realized is that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. My ego, my pride, the thing that I value about myself is not only based in money. Because at the end of the day, we talking 2025 shit. Women are working. It takes two. It takes two incomes, right? So now what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Or are you just, you know what I mean? Or are you gonna stay in this thing where it's like, oh, okay, what I contribute is financial, in this lane of things, and you know what I mean? Are you gonna stay that way? Because then, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, if you gonna sit there and try to do this shit the traditional way, all the way through, bro, your kids are the ones that's gonna suffer from it.
Okay. I'm gonna speak on my perspective. Okay. And my thing is as parents, you want your kids to go further than you. I'm gonna go back to when my dad passed, your granddaddy passed. I felt like he didn't leave me nothing. And it bothered me. But then I realized later that he did. He left me knowledge. And that's what he had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But at the same time, the way my dad moved and the way I saw him move, money was the way to get the things that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know where my dad got it from, but that's what I got from him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned that. And so because of how I felt when my mom passed, who ain't passed about 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and when my pops passed, I was left with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a picture
Mm-hmm.
from my mom. My dad, he left me knowledge. My mom left me nothing. My my perspective, and it's like I say, it's my keyword is mine. My perspective is that I'm not going to leave my children. And number two, before I finish that statement, I don't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
All my kids is grown, except for Julie. And he's 18 in next year.
Yeah.
But the point is, the kids that allow and want to be in my life ain't kids. They fucking grown people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me wanting to do for them what I wanted done, what I wished have was done for me by my parents is on me.
Mm-hmm.
I hope and I can see that it's no hope. I see every day in my children that they are better parents. They make better parents than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And they do things different than I did. So to me, that's success in itself. So now I'm going to do what I feel in my heart
Mm-hmm.
is the way I want to lead them. I'm going to do that no matter what whoever say, them included, no matter what whoever say about that. I'm going to do what I can to lead them in the position that I want them to be in. Now, that, like I say, they're better parents than I was. And they can take with that, take that and take that with them and go even further.
Mm-hmm.
Or blow it like y'all
Yeah.
was saying. That's up to them. But my conscience, when I die, will be clear. You see what I'm saying? So I think that people too much try to tell other people what they should do and what they want them to do when everybody have choices. You have to accept people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody choose that they're gonna be a crackhead at 60 and just decide to be a crackhead,
just start crack at 60.
just start crack at
Okay,
60.
hold on. OleHead. Wait.
I'm
It's
no,
about-
listen,
hold on.
that was
Hold on.
that was left. That was left,
Yeah,
and I
so-
understand that.
but
But my point is that's their life
Yeah.
to live.
That's true.
That's their life to live.
So you said so. My thing would be is that okay? So and there's
Hold on. Before you answer, please, I do want to ask you something because I'm listening to what you're saying, and when you were saying about how pops ain't nobody leave us nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're basically like right now as a male, you're like, yo, I'm going to recorrect that in my generation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Do you think at the end of the day, because you know that's something that affected, obviously it affected you.
Yeah, it did.
You know, I'm going to say this. When my mom left, she didn't leave me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But what I do cherish is everything that I had the ability while she was living. Because it's mom. So a little different than with Pops, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because my mom was so involved, you know what I'm saying, in my life, she didn't have to leave me nothing. She gave me everything just my
And she
point.
left you everything.
She gave me everything she had while she was here. Mom, you don't need to give me nothing else.
And you know
what I'm saying?
I agree with what you saying.
Yeah.
My mom was.
I know, I know, because we've talked. You know what I'm saying? And you clearly shared this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I guess it's not really a question. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I see the need as a male and as a man. I see why you do what you do. I know why you think the way that you think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that some of the males out there that are in the same positions that you can identify with all three of our stories. You had the mom, you had this, maybe you got enough hugs, maybe you didn't get none, maybe you got, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And now you can see why men think the way that they do, why we move the way that we move, why we make the decisions that we make. That type of shit does affect the way that we're quote unquote accountable inside the
100%.
house.
100%.
Because we have different levels. It doesn't mean that your level of accountability is wrong compared to mine.
That's right.
It just means that, you know what, if you're with a certain type of woman, that if you understand that man's story, his level of accountability in the story is going to be different from mine. It doesn't make his wrong.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta start digging a little deeper. We're like, yo, you want me to be there, to be a little more present, to change the diaper, change this, do that,
Make your life easier.
make certain things easier. Okay, yeah, I get that. And I know the millennials are more into, yeah, we're going to do these things because the generation behind you, they never did these things. All right, you got your badge of honor. That's cool. That's
Do you think that that's the reason why? And it's funny because like, well, it's not funny, but I've heard this again previously where it's like the reason why millennial men are so present is because they didn't have it. Right, because we're the most single mother generation. We're also the most present father generation. And do y'all think that the reason that we do this is because we didn't get it?
No, I just think that, excuse me, and I don't mean to interrupt. It's not that you didn't get it. It's just what you were taught and the way that you got it is skewed from a female's point of view. Because if you have the single mother, you're only getting her point of view.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So your generation, and we did talk about this, also had to deal with mass incarceration of males, especially, it's a black show. We're talking about black males. So a lot of your generation had to go through that, especially everything that happened in the late 80s going into the early 90s. It was a program to separate the black father from the home.
Right.
It was devised.
And
that's beyond us.
This is beautiful. You know how you ask somebody a question that like, you know how like if you're the person that's in the scenario, you ask somebody what they think the reason is that you feel the way that you feel, and so it's funny how like the people that talk about it will speak as if what they believe is fact based on you the one living it, and so you're the one that can actually give the answer. But they're talking to you as if they're telling you, and I love that actually. Okay,
no, I mean, like,
what do you think the answer is?
Your shit is valid. It's just that like, there's another perspective to it.
No. But what I'm saying is, okay, go ahead. What? Why do you think that millennial men are more present than any man? Period. I'm sorry, any man prior to us.
Because my dad's dad didn't leave him nothing. So my dad left me nothing. He didn't intend to, but he left me nothing because my dad had his own business. He had equipment and all of this stuff, and I could do everything. I run the job start to finish. But because he was married, his wife tried to take everything and not leave me anything. So I basically had to start from scratch and get trucks and all of this equipment and all of this stuff. I did keep some stuff, and there was only the stuff that I had in my possession when he passed. But the business, the numbers, the contacts, I had none of that. She had all of that. Okay, so my dad intended for me to take the business on when he passed. But like I said, because he was married, I couldn't. Okay, so basically, I was left feeling like he didn't leave me anything. I was a young child. I was still, I was, what, 24, 23, something like that. I still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only thing, real job I ever had was with him running the business. You know what I'm saying? And so he left me feeling as if I was left nothing. Me feeling like that made me the way I am about my kids when I pass, and they can't say that I didn't leave them nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So my son has the feeling of I wasn't there. I didn't put in the time. I ain't never changed the pamper. Now he took that and he gonna raise his kids the way that he felt like I left him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the millennials are doing exactly what he said. They're trying to give their children what they didn't get from their parents.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
They was lacking.
Exactly. So that's where this come from. That's why you have to understand my point of view and the way I feel, just like I have to understand, and which I do, and I give you credit for it, for the way you feel.
Yeah.
That's why y'all better. Y'all better because you didn't get it and
better.
you want it. Well, that's what I use the wrong terminology.
Yeah.
That's why y'all do better with your children, with taking care of them, with paying child support. My dad ain't pay no damn child support.
Yeah.
I paid child support all my life. You know, then I almost got locked up for it. Wasn't for your mother, I would have got locked
Mass
up.
incarceration.
But because I did decent enough with being there when she needed me, when it came to y'all, she didn't push the issue. She actually let y'all make the decision. And because she didn't bash my head in when she talked to y'all or the conversation came up about me, y'all said, no, I don't want that. I don't want that for him. So it's only thing it is evolution. Everybody they try to give their kids what they didn't have.
Yeah.
I tried to give y'all what I didn't have. It don't make it right or wrong. And you don't have to understand it. But you do have to accept that it's a fact.
Well, it's definitely a fact.
My dad did what he did because of what he felt. I'm doing what I'm doing because of the way I felt. And you doing what you doing because of the way you felt.
Yeah, the only and I don't disagree. I think that I was at first I was like, okay, so is he going to answer the question? But you absolutely answered the question. And you brought it full circle, and so I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. But what I will also add to it is that we also are striving. No. What I would say is that we also are much more selfless maybe are we more selfless? I don't
It
necessarily
seems
know.
It makes
opposite to me.
sense because you feel that I'm selfish. You feel that I'm
I don't
selfish.
necessarily know that if we're selfless, more selfless or not. I think that we're softer, right? We're softer, and we understand that, like, because of the single motherhood, what we understand, and also we don't want to be the guy that our mother complained about, or the women in general. We're trying to not be that guy that the women complained about. So the idea of like not taking care of your kids, we was like, okay, nah, fuck that. We ain't those type of dudes. Those are the deadbeat thing. Like, nah, we ain't gonna be that. And so we're definitely putting or attempting, because a lot of the times, like, a lot of guys just don't have their baby moms don't allow them to be, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
who they should be. But I also think that, like, we just I think that, and it may be, I think that, yeah, we're less self-indulged. We prioritize differently than y'all did. You know what I mean? I think that, like, in the generations prior, you'll find that, like, pussy was a very much higher priority. A very much higher priority. Money, then pussy, then, you know what I mean? And then your family end up being maybe 4/5.
It's money, pussy. Well, you work would be with money. I guess work would be with money. It's work and money.
Work, money, pussy.
And then it's the woman.
And then work or money, pussy, then your old lady, and then the kids.
Okay, I see how you separated that.
So like we don't necessarily place the things, and I think that I'm gonna say in general, we don't necessarily place the things in the same priority list. Because as a matter of fact, I think that there was a level of self that was much more important than, like, I think, man, I don't know, most of the guys that I know, even like dudes that don't have money to be able to do, like, take the kids and do all these different things, these niggas still prioritize the kids. They prioritize the kids before they self. You mean they fucked up?
You talking about the millennials?
The same thing.
Yeah, in my generation, like at the end of the day, like, I know guys that's fucked up, but still will go and get, if she allows it. Yeah. They still go and get their goddamn own kids every weekend as much as they can, and
that's because of their father, who's probably my age, did exactly what I just laid out.
Yeah, I won't disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just further acknowledging that the way I see it from where I came from is true.
So the trajectory is, so do we believe that, based on what you're saying, it sounds like you would believe that we're, as black men, black fathers, we're going to continue to exceed in the areas beyond.
I hope so. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I've said to you many times, I wanted to make sure that, number one, you got to carry the name. You got to carry the name.
I'm glad I had a son too. Noah's gonna carry it behind me.
Yeah, you got to carry the name. That's right. You got to carry the name. But because of the way I felt and the way I felt I was left, I'm gonna make sure you at least don't have to worry about that part. You don't have to worry about that part.
Yeah, but I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't have the ability to leave enough money to where I don't have to worry, or we as general don't have to worry about money.
Damn it, you ain't doing enough though.
No. It's not even. See, the thing is not even that you do it. What it is that we've also see.
No. See, you. I'm not trying to leave you a millionaire. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I definitely know that I can leave you enough money that if you used it right, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That's dope.
Okay, then. So that's all I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to leave you no millionaire.
The only thing that I would hope that you prioritize,
you got plan for inflation.
What I would hope is that
you got plan for inflation.
What I would hope is that you prioritize your time alive more than you prioritize the time when you're gone.
But you got to understand something, though. You got to understand something, and then that's where a lot of this began with this conversation, because you're talking about a whole different frame of mind shift between generations.
Exactly.
So my thing with the millennials, you can't fault us for being programmed that way.
Yeah, but can we also like say, I understand they say like, oh, you can't teach your old dog new tricks, right?
No, but we can learn a couple things.
So
but it doesn't mean that when you jump up to go get the frisbee that your hips still work, nigga.
No. We ain't talking about hips. We talking about physical shit. We talking about like internalizing a different.
You don't understand the metaphor.
No, I do
but
understand
it's cool.
the metaphor. But what I'm saying is that, do you think that you should, if your children come to you and they're telling you a thing, especially as adult children, right, and they're trying to tell you how they feel about a thing, do you think that you should attempt?
I'm going to tell you this. I know what you're saying. I'm more receptive now today than I was yesterday.
No, and I get that.
I was not as receptive to
amen to that,
the information and trying to learn, because I still want to have the connection with you. You know, I still got mad love for you. And I have to realize now I'm in a certain stage where the world that I was building, I actually let it go, and I realized it's not my world anymore. It slipped from my hand and it became yours without me even knowing it. And I got to adjust. Before, when you were younger, you adjust to me. It's my house. You're adjusting to my rules, my love, this, and that. And now, and I know this is a little bit of a different topic, you know what I mean? But like, I had gotten for a long time, like I chilled now. But for a long time, when you say you 36, right? When I hit 40, I got angry. I got really angry with younger people. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, why do I got to now start to adjust to your world when I made this shit? I'm the one that laid this shit out. Not just me personally, but a certain generation. It's a metaphor. Yeah. I laid this shit out to make your life easier. Now, this is the choices that you decide to make, and you forcing me to deal with you. Fuck is you talking about? No.
You created these kids.
I created you, but you are the one that's making these choices. Yeah. And now I have to be the victim because you decide to put a dress on.
And then you know what else on top of that?
I only said that because he laughed out. You know what I mean?
You know what else? You know what else on top of that? It's the thing that they right. And we stuck in the past. We wrong because we stuck in the past.
You trying to figure out how to.
Y'all old people, y'all old heads used to do it this way. That and we gonna do it the new way.
We're gonna do it the new way.
I think it's now. I give them credit. They doing a lot of stuff right, but they damn sure doing some wrong.
Yeah, because something going to come out of that too. Because you know what? At one time, we were the younger ones, and we changed the system too.
Yeah.
Every generation, as it goes on, it changes it.
And we made
my parents hated the shit I did, and now I'm getting to feel what they felt.
They went through.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm the one that's like, fucking kids, goddamn kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, for my parents are like, what's this damn rap music? What's NWA? You know what I'm saying? Like us, it's
it was different.
Yeah, it was different. And you know what? I did ease off. I eased off because for a lot of time I was like, I'm not bending to your way. And I fought that shit for mad years. You know what I mean? Because I started, like you mentioned it earlier, when he's like, oh, my generation is a lot softer because we put this thing on our bravado about hard, soft. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that was a pause, John? I don't really feel like that was pause.
I did that with OleHead. I used to say, I moved because I used to tell him, I am who I am. You either like me the way I am or you don't just deal with me. I moved.
Yeah, fuck it.
I moved.
You don't like
but
it?
I don't get no credit for moving.
No.
I'm still, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
But I moved.
And it's
I
like,
moved.
yo,
I ain't
how
know
do
that
y'all
no
not
more.
recognize that I'm trying to be more open
I
to
moved.
how you feel?
Mhm.
The things that you say are what I recognize as life, you now call trauma. I didn't recognize it when it was happening at the time because hey, it was like, no, dog, you just black in America, nigga. That's not trauma.
That's the way I
That's just your life.
That's just life.
And then you have a whole new generation that comes behind you. It's like, no, man, you should. And
They
it
get
fuck with me because it's like
therapists
you should feel sad for that. That shapes how you feel today.
and you live
And I'm
through it.
like, nigga, I don't feel. I feel everything and nothing at the same time. Tell me what's that, professor? You know what I mean?
You had to eat that, bro.
And I got to go sit down and talk to somebody that's 27 or 28 because he went through school, he studied his shit.
Yeah.
He got his, you know what I mean? He got his paperwork. He got his who you talking to show PhD. And you know what I mean? He's out here to change one life, you know what I mean, at a time through all types of relationships.
This nigga.
I was gonna fuck with it because he's like, yo, I know Rell like, yo, you tore that shit all the way up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said, Unc said, yeah,
What's
straight
up,
bar. I feel nothing and everything at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Unc on the same.
Yeah.
I've been.
And he said,
noticing you, Unc, over the weeks. We on the same page, dog. We must
said,
be around the same age. Who's Unc? That's your uncle?
No,
that's his uncle.
That's
Q's uncle.
Q's uncle.
He said, OleHead Sr, don't leave him $1 million of money. If you leave him $1 million a game, he will know how to get $1 million in cash and have $1 million times fun during his life.
Yeah.
I hear you, Unc. I hear you.
He said, in society, gender roles have changed.
Ginger.
Because we became better fathers. But if you look at it, it is a lot of lackluster mothers out here.
Ooh, stop. Ooh, you came in, boy. It's some lackluster.
We stayed away from that all night.
Yeah.
We stayed away from that all night. We stayed away from that all night. But I ain't mad at you though. But we stayed away from that all night.
Lackluster coochie. Yeah. All right, my bad.
You go to the you just jumped off the cliff. You jumped off the cliff.
Yeah, we gotta put a muzzle on him. We gotta keep one.
This is a family show.
Yeah, and I guess we should at least try to give what we said we was gonna give. We just, you know what I mean? And let's see. Okay, so before we leave out, the question will be, how do you handle your pride when you know you messed up?
Jesus Christ.
How do you handle your pride when you know you messed up? Like
in my time, you just deal with it.
Yeah, you don't say sorry.
You just deal with it and move on. But as I've gotten older and I have young adult children, especially a young adult son.
On your ass, pause.
So I've gotten to the point where I've learned to apologize. I've learned to apologize. So I moved again, old head. I didn't even think about it. I moved again. I learned to apologize. And you know something? Once you get past that first 2 or 3 lumps,
it gets
easier.
You know what I mean? It gets easier. Now niggas just saying sorry all the time. Like,
it's like I love you. Hey, it's like I love you, telling another man you love him.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have some lumps in the beginning. You know what I mean? Pause. Yeah, you're gonna have some lumps.
In your throat?
Yeah.
See, you
always
want to that's the thing about it. When we acknowledge the pause,
hey, that's how I feel though. But that's how I feel though.
Pause. What are we talking about?
Okay, all right, bro. See, that's that millennial shit.
Right? I'm saying, like, Jesus Christ, at what point do we just
He said he was silly 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I just joined in now. I'm late.
Okay.
I mean, I'm light skinned.
But
You gotta,
yeah,
you
it's
know
all
what I mean?
good
When you
though. But that's
apologize,
me
you
though.
have emptied
Yeah.
yourself to that person. Emptied
Yeah.
all the way out on. That's what's
Mhm.
up, dog.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with pride when
Uh,
you're wrong?
I don't. I don't.
Mm.
I've never say never. You know what I'm saying? But like I've recognized pride in males really, really early in life. And I realized that was something I didn't want to have no part of.
Mm.
Didn't want to have no part. I seen it early. I'm telling you, like 12, 13 years old. And that's the only reason why I can say that is because I was like always raised around older people. And I was always talked to as an adult from young.
Mhm.
So I always, even though I struggled with it, to figure it out, it wasn't like, yo, this nigga got all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, no. But I was able to recognize, you know what I mean? Because I will say this, pop, mom, and grandmom, I got lucky. You know what I mean? I will always say that even at a young age, I had over 150 years of life knowledge being taught to me at the kitchen table.
Mm.
There was no child talk at my table, even when I was a child. So therefore, I learned early that pride was I learned that it was a negative thing
Mm.
to be prideful. And when you're young, you get confused about it because how do you differentiate that between being happy for an accomplishment?
There's like the positive and negative side of pride. Like where's the
Yeah, like where do you, and that was the hardest part to navigate through life. Because you never want to come off as being prideful or arrogant or something such as that. But then at the same time, you do want people to recognize you want the people that love you to recognize
Your accomplishment.
your accomplishments.
Mm.
So what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? You can't ask for it.
Yeah.
It's not something you ask for. You know what I'm saying? But then you see it in others and you see it start to play out. Especially if you like, I'll attribute it to sports. Is some of the first place I saw pride and ego at in sport. You know what I mean? Which I can understand why people stray away from it. You know what I mean? Because it can feel foreign at the same time. But like, I loved it in sport, like growing up early and playing football and basketball. And like I said, I grew up in a neighborhood that had over 30 boys in my neighborhood. There was like no girls. So every day I walked outside, it was a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Who's faster? Who's stronger? Who can fight? Who can not fight? Like it was always something. You couldn't just go to the fucking store and come home without being involved in a foot race.
Yeah.
On
Y'all
who?
finally your hierarchy amongst men.
Yeah, and it was just like always a thing. And then
Mhm.
that's when I started to recognize, like, oh, so this is what pride is. He got to be better than you because that's what makes him feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
like, yo, but what makes you feel good don't matter to me. So now that affects his pride. Now it affects his ego because he sees that it doesn't matter to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to watch how different people are programmed around you. And now it's like watching TV, but the only reason why I had the ability to do it is because I had people behind me that were older than me and go like, yo, look at this, Marquette. Look at that. You see this in this male. You see this in this female. That's what that is. You got to learn how to navigate through that shit. You know what I'm saying? To get to what you want at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it was like, I personally, I didn't really feel like I ever had to deal with like I feel like I'm better. You know what I'm saying? Like my ego got shattered by this and that.
Yeah.
The things that affect me more is it doesn't go off of a pride thing. It goes more off of appreciation. Because of the love that I put into somebody, it's not my pride that wants your appreciation back. It's the natural give and take that I feel that should be symbiotic between two people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it can happen between me and my significant other. It can happen between me and my offspring. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that realm there, I don't expect it from you. I don't expect it from you because our shit is based off of a friendship that we've correlated together with each other. You know what I'm saying? But I also know man's nature at the same time. Not to judge you, but you can't be in a position where I would never allow my pride to put me in a position where you can let me down. If that makes
I get you.
you know what I mean? Not to take it in an offensive way.
No, you know.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I won't put you here in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like if I did that and I put you in a certain category, then that would be prideful of me to do that. I don't know, dude. It's complicated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
it's
I would say
complicated.
before we bed, what I think is like, I guess my relationship with pride, I cut myself all the way down. Like, and I think I have it's probably not healthy, to be completely honest. I don't give myself praise for shit. You know what I mean? I actually like critique myself down to the damn. Sometimes, especially, I hit a blunt like 2 times. You know, I'm a light smoker these days.
Yeah.
Barely ever smoke. Hit the joint 2 times, and the next thing I know, I'm in a trance of me sitting there trying to convince myself that I'm good enough. Because I sit there and tear myself all the way down. All the way down. You know what I mean? And so, like,
and you actually don't ignore it. Because there's a lot of males that when we start to tear ourselves down, it gets to a point where it hurts.
Yep. You got to ignore it.
We have to stop. Like
Yeah,
when we get to that point of hurt,
sleep.
Yeah,
we'll be like,
I can't do it.
I cut it off. I'll be honest with you.
Like I literally try to go to sleep, and it's like
I get depressed if I carry that shit like you. I would get depressed. Yeah. I cut that shit off.
I do too.
I cut that shit off.
Yeah, like and
I stay. I pause ahead of time. I let my shit drag in the dirt.
Oh,
I let it drag. I let it go. Shit, I beat my own meat. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm not going there.
Yeah, no, I just find myself like overly critiquing myself, and I do that all the time. Like even like as a parent, as a husband, and so like
you got to start being careful of that though, Rell.
No, you talking about got to start, bro. I know
you got to be careful of that because we talked about this before when you were saying about like.
And that's why I be
giving yourself flowers and
that's why I be needing the cosign.
Yeah.
Or in my
no, you don't need that, bro.
I didn't get it
before.
You don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't.
You think you need it, but you don't need it, dog.
What I'm saying is that like at the end of the like before I needed it much more than I need it now. You know what I mean? So it's like the idea of like where does confidence come from? What makes you a confident person? And so like over time I realized like for me. You can check boxes as much, you know what I mean? But just because you check boxes, okay, so now are you confident because the box
were you confident as a kid?
Never.
What about you? You weren't. I think you said that before.
I wasn't either.
I wasn't either.
My thing is about that is, you know, I always had a small circle. And for lack of a better term, whatever. Growing up, I was always pretty good at stuff. I was always pretty good at stuff. Niggas hate. And it's just no other way that I can think of to put it. They hate. And so you find when you catch on to stuff and you pretty good at stuff, a lot of the time, nobody gives you any flowers.
Yeah.
Nobody gives you any flowers. And so then what I learned to do after that, and I guess that's why OleHead gives me a hard time. I mean, I ain't no guess. I know that's why he gives me a hard time, but he don't understand where it comes from. And it pretty much is exactly what I said. It's because when I do something and I know I killed that shit, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah. I don't need you to give me no motherfucking flowers. I don't need you to talk about it. I don't need you to give me no flowers because look at that. Tell me what you see.
Pull that out.
That's right. That's right.
This
That's
nigga want to
right.
be gay so bad. This nigga want to be
I
gay
knew,
so bad.
I knew if I said something, he would like. I knew it would react. Your reaction.
Hey,
Then
but
when the nigga was
I'm
poking
just being
my something.
honest. I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
pull that nigga,
Because,
pulled
you
it
know,
all the way.
I just had that thing.
Mhm.
I just caught on to shit like this. You know, I
Yeah,
could do it. You know what I mean? I watch you do it. I can do it.
I can do it.
And so, you know, people when you grow up like that, and then especially, you know, your circle ain't so big anyway.
Yeah,
People, you know, you start doing too many things, catching on too many things, you know what I'm saying? And then most people, especially when we're young, they don't catch on to things like that.
yeah.
They gotta, you know,
That's crazy. You saying that's so
And-
fucking crazy because like
Yeah.
I lived that same fucking thing.
yeah,
But go ahead.
yeah, exactly. And so they not gonna give you your flowers because
Mhm.
they slight way hating. You know what I mean? I don't know other way to put it. So I don't need you to go pick my flowers, nigga. I go pick my own flowers.
Yeah,
I go pick my own
man.
flowers. And that's where my, you know, that's a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? What he see, and that's where it come from. I taught myself to give myself my flowers.
Did you?
My nigga be ODing on the flowers though. My
He
nigga
likes flowers.
He
He
got
likes
a few
flowers.
bouquets
It's almost
with
like
this
he
shit.
should be a florist.
You might think it's a wedding. Like this nigga, you talk about like he'd go deep in
You
rap,
mind
them
it? You
bitches
know
go-
what? Next week I'm bringing Daniel some flowers.
Hey, he already got some. You ain't got to
Yeah.
worry about it. He gonna bring you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gonna be, no, don't bring me no goddamn flowers. I don't
Shoot.
want no flowers, man. I'm
Hey,
straight.
shit.
I take the
You
daisies.
see my tree in there in the living room.
That shit is fake as a motherfucker. That tree ain't real.
Shit, me. I water that motherfucker.
Look, hey, he done baited you all the way in.
That motherfucker got tight. That tree is
And
real than a
look,
motherfucker, nigga. Like,
look. He gonna say baited me all the way in. He was going to.
that tree is
He was
plastic.
going
That shit
to.
came from Home Goods. Don't
Okay,
let
alright.
this nigga lie to you. But
shoot, I paid almost a blade for that motherfucker.
I bet you did, my
Yeah,
brother.
I ain't never bought a plant that cost that.
That
much
wasn't
money.
real.
No, that cost that much money.
Okay.
That plant was
What is
almost
that?
a blade.
What's that? Yeah. You got some memes, yo?
No,
I'm just fucking with you,
Yeah,
man. I'm
man.
just messing
Hey, I
with you.
need a black, bro.
I'm just messing with you. Hey, America.
bro.
Appreciate y'all coming out here. Appreciate nigga, what? What'd he say, yo?
That was
He said some
good.
Southern shit.
That was good. Come on now. Go ahead. Close this out, bro. That was good, though.
I didn't hear what the fuck you said.
You don't need
Don't
to
worry about it.
close that out.
Yeah, that's some Southern shit, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, for all my up north, look, tight.
Fuck you look at me for?
Yeah, because I knew you get tight about it. I don't like the cold. Anyway, thanks for coming out with us, hanging out with the Who You Talking To show cast members.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that y'all sat down with us, let us enlighten your life a little better. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all come through and see our YouTube channel. Start putting some more comments up in there. We got our own page now coming through. You know what I'm saying? The Who You Talking To show pod
Show
pod. It'll be in the showrunner, maybe. We still working on all that, but you know, we glad, you know what I'm saying, that y'all struggle through, you know what I mean, the beautiful imperfections with us. Just remember, loyalty does love different. Peace to you.
That's right. That's right. You brought your white folks side out, putting your feet on people's shit.
I did put my shit on.
Yeah, you put your feet all on.
Y'all see these?
Ooh.